Hello everyone, welcome to this third episode of ROFA Roundup. I have improved the visuals last time, so I'll introduce Kia. By the way, Kia's name has been changed since the podcast episode 1 and 2. So what is your new name, Kia?
Lord Kia, and obviously Mr. Downey, you already know. We're here with another podcast, and round 1 has finally started.
And I would like to introduce you to a former host from the ROFA Roundup Season 1, which is Scepticus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Scepticus.
Do you not want to say anything else?
Oh, yeah. I'm really glad to be here. It's a really big honor to be introduced into the third episode of this installment.
And let's start off with the breaking news. So, congratulations to everybody for finishing round 1 with a total perfect count of 0. That means Emma is gone. Emma is gone in the chat, please.
I've been waiting for this day. Huh?
Emma is gone in the chat right now. Rinse it. So, we've had an amazing and bumpy week, have we not yet, right?
Brave! Yay! Brave!
Yeah.
Okay, enough of that.
Alright, enough of that.
It's been quite a week, yeah.
So, Scepticus.
Yeah.
Despite what has happened with MFA and whatever, how do you think ROFA have done this week in all leagues, house leagues this week?
Well, yeah, I think that despite MFA coming to fruition, I think during this time ROFA has stayed strong. There's a lot of people who are stepping up as manager positions, and I think that while there can be some downsides to that, I think for the most part ROFA is still thriving, and they're still making sure that they're doing a great job at just playing the game as Ro has said, and just really trying to compensate for this tragic time that we're truly going through right now.
Yeah,
I think it's good for the most part. Yeah.
So what I would say this week, I'd like to also thank the staff team and everyone that has, because without you guys, we wouldn't have got rid of Emma. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. We've gotten rid of Emma. No more of him. He just needs to go. It's time for him to go. If he goes to MFA, who cares? Immunity is gone.
Yeah, and I remember even commentating on, I think it was like one of the national team finals during the summer, and Emma was the main cheerleader, man. Oh, that was just disgusting. It's amazing he's gone now. I'm glad.
Yeah, which is all. So we're gonna move on the weekly games. So we'll start off with the cup final ace of hearts.
Yep.
Heaven Seaven beating, was it champions 4-0? I want to get your opinions on that.
All right. Yeah. My opinions, you said, Kia? Yeah, I think Heaven Seaven have definitely risen up from the ashes. I know that they have been going through some struggles, and I think for the most part that Delgado's been doing a great job with Heaven Seaven, and even them being Division 1, and they haven't been given a lot of the credit that they truly deserve. I think that they have really stepped up, and a lot of their play definitely has put in the work as opposed to the other teams in the AOH Cup. But I also got to commend some of the other Tier 2 teams as well, really struggling for that losers bracket as well. But I think Heaven Seaven have just done an amazing job at just trying to just to stay in the AOH Cup, and obviously that benefited them. And now they have a total cash prize of 20,000, which is amazing. Yeah.
And would you like to say anything because this was
Yeah.
his last major competition, and now he's moved on to Mewtwo and Kia to take over.
I was showing the full-time results. I'm showing highlights from the. I would show highlights from the game, but I have saved them as highlights. So basically, give me a moment. Hopefully the highlights have been loaded successfully on Twitch.
Okay. So can I continue there? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. And for as far as
one of them's okay. Let's see. We have 4 goals from Heaven Seaven.
Yes.
And a few of these were excellent. I got them. Okay. Let's take a listen, boys.
Defender.
Yeah.
Well, like if
shoots and scores. So now we've got the highlights before we finally leaving ROFA behind him and letting Mewtwo get on with his game master role.
Right.
What we saw on Friday, champions were getting dominated by Heaven Seaven, and it wasn't the same champions we've seen all competition.
Right.
Do you think it was just an off day for them, Skept, or do you think Heaven Seaven are just a good team?
Yeah, I think well, also judging from what we saw Heaven Seaven, I think it was today or yesterday, against Pink Pirates. I just definitely think it was an off day for champions. It's obviously not like them to lose like on a clean sheet 4-0. That's just crazy. And when I first saw that, I was like, wow. How could this happen? How could champions, be so dominated in this game? But I think Heaven Seaven played some great football too. I think that they really wanted this and they really were focused on their goal there. But judging that champions, I think they made it all the way to the finals only to get clean sheeted. I think it was just an off day for them. Sometimes someone, coincidentally gets distracted or.
And what I would like to say is, surprisingly, on the attacker came in not really known about, no one really knowing him as much as a goal scorer, but he went in and scored a hat-trick, which is, I can't lie, is really great for him and for his team.
Yep.
Showing that they could be dominant in Division 1 and could be title contenders this season.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you think that's any training he's done, or that's maybe just a team effort and they've built that with confidence?
Well, I think it has to be a team effort because I've seen since Heaven Seaven came into place, I think that they have developed as a team, and I think that overall has benefited in their favor. And the more they get to know each other, the more they get to know that working as a team is more beneficial for them. I think that even though he does have really great skill, and I'm sure he's put in a lot of training, that I think the team overall has had a better chemistry. And I think also with this new classes system, it's not all that bad, I think that also plays into some of the chemistry, and that works really well for some of these teams who have especially adapted to this, amongst others. Yeah,
I asked a lot of these guests the same question, but benefit us in ROFA, and do you think it's going to benefit a lot of teams this season?
I think that a lot of teams who are not formally great, maybe like especially tier 2 teams, I think they're going to rise up with this classes system. I think it's just because it's a big learning curve for a lot of players, especially a lot of older players have been in ROFA for quite some time. I think that some of them will probably be dominated by the new generation of players coming in, and that's just because they have to get used to classes, used to just a new learning curve as far as learning how the classes work, how it plays in their favor, and overall just eliminating or establishing just a new kind of chemistry for the whole team that works really well for them.
Hey, for my segment, I would like to tell you about our visuals today. I improved the visuals a lot, and if you see by the background, this picture was taken from a stadium before the match earlier, in the AOH World Cup. This was the stadium that was held in the AOH Hearts final.
Yeah, it
All
looks
right.
sweet.
So,
Yeah, it looks sweet.
Yeah. I like
okay,
it.
I want to talk about Scepticus's former host. He was a former host,
Oh, yeah.
and he did episode 1 of ROFA Roundup season 1. On the 2nd of August, 2019, he did it flawless with this video that he shows the ROFA Roundup screen, shows the intro plays, which is good, which is nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then he talks about the results, and I'm not going to go through the entire video, but if you want to see this video in full, check it after this podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you got a TTS thing going up there because you didn't get the actual person on voice.
Right. Yeah, so sorry, go ahead.
Right, go ahead, Kia. Let's go back to your segments.
So, Jed, could you get the results from?
Have you updated it? Finally?
Yeah, it's in All Results channel, and we'll start with Division A, Gold League, Round 1.
Division
And
A,
then obviously-
Gold League. Okay, doing it now. Okay. Go right ahead.
All right. So we'll start with the first fixture. Eclipse versus Emerald. Eclipse win 3-0.
Yeah.
Goal scorers being Venancio, Alive, and King Josh. I think that's the second career. How do you think about that game, Scepticus?
Well, personally, I think Eclipse is doing really well, especially in Division A. I think they're really getting some of the boost from a lot of their players that are coming up. And also, I think Emeralds is also in a tough spot too, because a lot of these teams I feel are getting refreshed with new players as far as in the transfer window. And I think that's definitely hurting Emeralds in such a way. But I think Emeralds can still come back. But 3-0 is hard to come back from. So they're really gonna have to lick their wounds for round 2, and I think it's gonna be quite a struggle, but I think they can make it.
I would say the same thing. I believe that almost all teams refreshing with players for the seasons to come, and I believe Eclipse will have a good season because of that. So let's move on to the next fixture. Ravens 2, Gold Rush 4. Yusuf Salah with 2 goals for Raven. King Dario 2003 with 3. And Amazing 1. So, what do you think? What do you make of that game?
Well, Gold Rush is definitely, I think, improving a lot, especially under Lolok's position there as owner. And I think that they're also trying to get in a lot of new transfers. I think, like, especially with King Dario, he was great in that match. Definitely getting those 3 goals against Ravens FC there. And I think that's just amazing. I think they're definitely improving as a team from their last season. And Ravens is actually getting up a little bit too. Formerly I think in season 9 they're not doing so hot. But they're definitely putting in. I know a transfer that came in from my team, and he went over to Ravens, and so they're trying to refresh their teams as well. But I think Gold Rush just had the extra hand there.
Yeah, which is Gold Rush have really improved. Always great to. This shows that Ro was right all along about classes being much more balanced, as we're not having teams get smacked off the park unless the team just has less players or the players are completely new, which is always good.
Yep.
So we'll move on to the next set of results. So, United 5, Infernal 6.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, it looks like Slump got goals. Voseri got 1. Hallowfield for Inferno, Mikey getting one, Silence Control getting one as well. So
Yeah.
by looking at this, I think this was a great game. What do you make of it, Skept?
Well, I definitely feel like it was a great game too, and I think that Roblox United and Inferno, or at least Inferno, had a hard time against Roblox United. Roblox United's been in a little bit of tough position, especially in the AOH Cup.
Yeah.
They went to losers bracket really quickly, and we were kind of expecting like, I don't know what's going on with RU right now, but it seems like they put up a really good fight against Inferno there. Yeah.
So sorry for interrupting you. I just want
No, you're good.
question. You see Roblox United this season, how would you think they'll perform? Because now Eagle has gone on to MFA,
Yeah, right.
Madapo has also gone, and a few other RU players have gone over to MFA. And how do you think they're gonna do? Because I'm looking at it as if I think this could be the last string for RU, and they could go down into Division B.
I actually agree with you on this, especially with their new owner, Johnny Thunder. I think that he's going to try to bring in some new transfers, especially on how rich RU is, so they can easily get in some new big, strong players. However, I think it's going to be tough for them as far as really getting the team together and really learning the classes system and really executing that against their fellow Division A teams.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough for them, but judging with the competition, they might stand a small chance. I still have a little bit of hope for them. Yeah.
I'm looking at Division dropped a little bit, so
Right.
it looks like I don't think the competition will be high of Division A, but I also think that RU could slide into that relegation. One sec, let me fix that. Sorry about that. Was I saying it was something to do with competition, right?
And yes, apologize.
All
I
right, yeah,
apologize
that's
for
right.
the slurping. That's me. I'm very sorry.
That's all right.
All right. So
I think he's better now. Yeah.
where was I again?
You were at RU, kind of finishing it up.
Oh yeah. So basically, I think they would slip into the relegation depending on how the competition is now until the end of the season for Division A. I think it's slightly dropped a bit.
Yeah.
But we never know because all teams pressure could all. It's just only round one, and we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Would you see the same?
Definitely. I would say the same. Yeah, definitely.
So we can move on to the next result, and it looks like a big battering.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Starbound 2, Universe 10. Garlos Roll Legend scoring 1, Gold Killer scoring 1 for Starbound. Shake 5, Spyros, oh my god, scoring 3 goals. Pogba scoring 1, and Broken scoring 1 as well. What do you make of this game?
I thought that Universe FC was pretty much flawless in this match. And just judging by some of the players and just how they all work together to get at least one goal in as far as attack goes, it's just amazing. And I think that especially with Shady and Spyros, I think they did an amazing job really banging those goals in. But against Starbound FC, which last season before their alt scandal was major team, and they totally dominated the Division A floor. But I think they're also declining to some extent. But I think Carlos Raw Legend is still trying to keep the team together. He got 1 goal in as well as Godkula. And I think, I don't know, Universe FC is on the uprise though. So I think
basically Roblox United are some good players to MFA.
Kia, your mic cut out again.
So just like Universe MFA as well. So looking at them and they're still battering teams, it's amazing to see, right?
Which mic needs
Right.
fixing? His or Scepticus or mine? Okay, Kia, I think you need to fix your mic. We got a lot of cuts there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, we should be able to drop donations for Kia to get a better mic.
Yeah,
If you donate now, I'll send the money over to Kia to get him a new mic.
Yep.
Yes, send it.
Sorry, I won't be notified for any donations during the podcast. It only appears on official matches. Right, let's go. Let's move on.
All right, so I'll talk about Red Devils versus Roblox City. Now, Red Devils, and the score was 3-2, by the way. Red Devils winning, but I think that it was a really close match, and they're both really great teams. And when you have two great teams, usually there's not a whole lot of division, or at least as far as the scoring. It was really close, 3-2. Dr. John scoring 2, and then FLI scoring 1 for Red Devils. And for RU, just I think it was Dev scoring 2, and I think it was a really close match. Red Devils seems to be a little bit up on their uprise there. Roblox City trying to keep it together, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I think that it was both two really placed matches, and I think that they're both going to do really great in Division A. Maybe top, top contenders, maybe above position 5, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd also say that was a great match to watch, the Roblox United and Inferno game, because Red Devils and Roblox Fc are the two teams not really losing out to players from MFA and still having
Right.
which is always good to see, because the competition is still there in Division A, but I don't think it's as good as it like 4 seasons back.
I totally agree.
So we can move on to the next thing of results.
All right.
And on here, it's Bravo Division, round
Division.
1.
Okay.
Bear in mind, this is Bravo's second season. They finished last season very strong, not having many forfeits, because your man chairman Bravo Division started it up, and so
Right.
Ace Boys 4, Dynamo 4.
Yeah.
Our first draw here, which is good to see, even match.
Right.
Ninja Master scoring 3 goals, still scoring.
Yep.
Exotic Crazy scoring 3, and Dryzer scoring 1.
Kia,
What do you make of that match?
Kia.
I think that Aces Boys and Dynamo are both super great teams, and I think that this definitely represents that tie there, 4-4. All right. So I think they both represented just how great the teams are and how evenly matched they are, and I think they're going to be big contenders for Bravo Division.
Stop that. We might have gone a donation. I must give you a moment. I need to put this on here. Give me a moment.
Yeah,
A donation for my mic.
Give me a moment.
No way.
I'm gonna have to repeat the Streamlabs donation.
Okay.
No way, I'm getting a donation. No.
Give me a moment. I haven't sorted this out. I've sorted this out correctly. I need to pop this out again. Okay, give me a moment.
Okay.
Give me a moment. How do I reset? How do I show the effect again on Streamlabs?
Kia, do you know?
Nope.
We don't know. Sorry, Jet.
No, we don't know. Sorry, Jet.
You on the screen. Right. Thank you, Edwin Bio, for you kicked the donation line with £1, saying, "Here, I swear to God, you better fix your mic. I'm donating £1 to tell you how bad your mic is."
Wow, thank you for that donation.
Thank you for that donation.
Yeah, £1 is good. It's better than nothing.
I'll put that in my bank account.
It's gonna be here. I am gonna transfer £1 to your PayPal after this.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to continue there?
Yep.
All right.
We were talking about the game.
I'm very sorry. The notification sound didn't pop up. I'm gonna get at TTS to read it now.
Okay. Can we continue then, Jed? Or
keep up the donations.
oh dang, someone else donated.
Alright.
We got
Jed,
a donation.
Jed, are we ready to continue?
Join SSA. We're ready to continue. Thanks for the donations. We got £2 now.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. By I think maybe podcast episode 5 maybe with around. I'll probably get a new mic if the donations keep coming.
Okay.
All right,
so Patriots FC.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So we'll go into the next one then. Patriots FC versus Jaguars FC 2-0. With Ram Palms 1-2-3 scoring 1, and Goldswy scoring 1 for Patriots FC as well. Patriots FC have definitely proven their worth, I think, especially in the AOH Cup as well. They stayed in it for quite some time before they went to losers bracket. What do you have to say about that, Kia?
Well, Patriots have shown their quality. When I was under them, their owner and manager.
TTS is now £1.
Their owner and manager had determined good alpha team to come in next season and challenge tier 1. And in the Ace of Hearts farewell, they've proved to everyone that if you give them a cup run, they're there to cause upsets. And great to see they made it that far in the cup. This will give them confidence to go into the league season, maybe get a promotion, which is always good.
Definitely.
And it looks like Bravo Division are looking to compete against Division 2, Division B, Division Z that have been around for seasons, which is really good. What do you make?
Sorry, repeat that again. You kind of cut out the last second.
What do you make of Bravo Division competing against
Alpha Division? You said, or
Bravo Division?
Okay, so competing against the overall spectrum of the cup, you said? You kind of cut out.
Against all the tier 2 divisions, because now they look like they're the best tier 2 division at the
I have to probably kindly disagree. I think that some of the top tier 2 divisions have to be probably Division 2 right now. And I think Division 2 is especially competitive because there's a lot of teams that were formerly Division or Tier 1 teams, or people like Shank FC who have transferred it in Division 2, was an Alpha Division before. I think that Bravo Division, yes, they have some good prospects such as Patriots, Dynamo, Aces boys, but I think by the end of the day that there's still other divisions, Tier 2 divisions, that are still maybe a little bit better, have a little bit more edge than Bravo Division, but I think they're great contenders still.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'll give you that. We can move on to the next result. Skip, do you want to move on to it?
Sure. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, no problem. So it's Rebels FC. All right, go ahead.
Suavo has kicked the donate
People
button
are
with
actually
£1.
playing.
Okay. So yeah. So for we have Rebels FC going with 10-0 to the Ends FC. I thought that was crazy. We have Pixie Blockshead scoring 4 goals. And then we have XX Nightmare, XX123 scoring 3 goals. Epic MMV scoring 1 goal. Frizz score 1 goal. And GBK Monkey scoring 1 goal. I think that this team is just a super powerhouse. And I think it's a shame that Rebels FC is in Bravo Division 2, since they they were definitely a really great contender for Alpha Division for some time.
Yeah.
And have definitely proven their worth with all these attackers scoring at least one goal.
Yeah, and it's always sad to see that Rebels only went down Bravo Division due to old scandal, which is not always good to see. And
No.
they would be competing at the very top. And we already know that these guys are going to be the title contenders and maybe the powerhouses of, which is always sad, but good to see at the same time.
In the about section.
So, do you want to move on?
Yes, sure. All right, I'll move on to Goal Scorers FC scoring 10-1 to BIB. I've never heard of BIB before, but Aways scored 4 goals. Maxi 360,000 scored 3 goals. Shahid's 123 scored 1 goal. Jonas Ponas scored 1 goal. And then Sakuni Gnocchi scored 1 goal. And those were all for goal scorers. And then Rio Games 123 scored for 1 goal for BIV. Goal scorers have definitely been a powerhouse, especially in the cup, I think.
Yeah, sorry for interrupt. Since last goal scorer, they finished 3rd to last in, I think, 7th place, 6th place, and now they're moving in the top 4 contenders place for this season, doing well in the Ace of Hearts fell. Can you just talk about their transition at the moment?
Yeah, I think that just with goal scorers, I think that a lot of their players, I think they're just super dedicated, and that they've opened doors, kind of open opportunities for their team just for being, I think, just working as a team, and the results speak for themselves. There was, I think, all their attackers scored at least 1 goal, if not like even some of the defenders here. That I can see. So I think they're all kind of just working together and really trying to go into Alpha Division. And obviously they proved themselves worthy as well in the Ace of Hearts Club. And I apologize, BIV is actually Beamy Village, or Beamy Island Village FC. My bad.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Yeah. I think we're ready for the next one then.
Yeah, well, now on to Division. Do you want to read out the result?
Yeah, for Division X, for round 1, our first team we have is Raptors FC, scoring 10-1 against Block City. Samu Frost scoring 4 goals for Raptors. Dazzard Gamer scoring 3 goals for Raptors. Wolf scoring 2 goals for Raptors, and Pappy Frost scoring 1 goal for Raptors, and Adzino scoring 1 goal for Block City. Almost a clean sheet, it seems. Raptors FC have actually been on the upside. I remember when I was in Division X, Raptors FC were climbing back up the totem pole as far as the team of the weeks go and whatever.
Why are you saying are you down A for?
I have no idea.
Why are you calling some people down A? Unacceptable.
Dang. Okay, I think we can continue there. So what are your thoughts on Block City as well? I know Block City used to be a really good team. I mean, I'm sure they are, but just that loss.
Just a disclaimer here: the goal scored by Block.
You cut out for a second there.
Nice try. Who just typed that word? I just blocked that word now.
So, just a disclaimer: Block City's goal was scored by an O. So if that goal was not scored, Raptors would have had a clean, which is always so heartening as well. Right, Skept. That's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. I
also think.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I also think that Raptors are the powerhouses of Division X. They're strong title contenders for this league. And I think they're too powerful for most of the teams in the division. What do you think about that?
I would definitely think so. Honestly, I think Raptors are outgrowing Division X for some reason.
Yeah.
Considering just especially how dominant they've been, I think in the AOH Cup as well, and just on how they're dominating against former big teams. I think also Sparta St. Ace, that they're struggling to fight against Raptors as well, and I think they're really turning the tide here.
Yeah, it's always good to see building the way up, which is because then you can say they built their team off new FAs, new players just developing transfers, and not just a bunch of olds just coming into the team and just helping, which is always good to see. They've got a few Hall of Fame players such as Sam and Scarfrost as well, which is really good for the Raptors. I hope they enjoy that win, so we can move on to the next result.
Yep. All right. Our next result is Sparta St. Ace winning 4-3 against Royals FC, with Yab scoring 2 goals, Lace Love scoring 2 goals as well, and then on the other side we have Latin Big Man Ting scoring 2 goals for Royals FC, and finally Raymond 11.
Right.
Or Raymond 11.
I'm very sorry if you can't see this for mobile users. Forgive me. It's my when I do a display capture, it captures the entire display and not the actual result itself. I should be taking screenshots before this, so I really apologize if you can't see this, mobile users.
Yep, that's all right.
No problem.
All right, and I think that's no problem. Thank you, Jed. I think that SSA is actually having a little bit of a hard time against teams like Royals FC. Royals FC was a former Division Z team.
Just got a capital letter timeout.
Right.
Moving slowly. We're moving slowly, Jen.
Yeah.
Pick up the pace.
All right. So Royals FC, former Division Z team, and I think they've definitely really built up a pretty good program here. Just even like almost dominating against SSA. And SSA, that's an ace team, and I'm surprised that obviously welcoming surprise that Royals FC is actually doing pretty well, and I think they're going to be good contenders and stay in Division X as a stable team. What are your thoughts?
I want to ask you this: can get into that top 4, or do you think it's too early to say?
Yeah.
You think they can get into the top 4?
I think they can get into the top category for Divisions X. There, you kind of cut out, but I think they can, and I think they can definitely stay as they're growing to be a big powerhouse there, and as long as they keep up their players there, I think they can do well.
Yeah, that's always good to hear. So we can move on to the next.
I really want to go for a break.
Okay.
Not.
So Damien's Wishing Well scoring 9-0 against Aztecs FC, clean sheet. Almost a full on 10-0, but Agents Flag 852 scoring 4 goals. Any Friends scoring 3 goals. Ice Vapor scoring 1, and then 1 goal for Big Rex Dynamic. Damien's Wishing Well was in quite the imbalance a couple seasons ago. They actually lost and relegated back into Division C last season, and then they finally promoted again this season into Division X, and they're thriving at it. They promoted along with Aztecs FC, but it seems like Aztecs FC weren't so lucky in the promotion along with Damien's Wishing Well in Season 10 from Division Z. So it's interesting to see how both these teams got to be in such a pickle, or at least Aztecs. So I think that was great. What are your thoughts on that game?
That is a battering. The Aztecs, their own left, so they're in quite a pickle to get back on their feet, and I think they'll be going down soon again. I think it will take a long time
Yep, I think it'll take a long time as well there. Okay, on to the next one. All-Stars FC scoring 4-3 to Air Chasers. Now, they're both great teams, and so I don't blame any one of them for getting so close. Air Chasers seems to be a great team still, as well as All-Stars FC, so it's really close. So I don't really have any like big thoughts about it. I just think they're both really good, and obviously one has to come up on top at least in one game. So we got Demajan, scoring 2 goals. Smile Kyle, I think who is with us, scoring 1 goal. Wally scoring 1 goal. Quick John scoring 2 goals, and Joshy X scoring 1 goal. I think it's a great game. Nothing really much to say about it. They're both great teams. I love Air Chasers too. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this was a great game. Teams are fighting out, which I think the top 4 race is going to be a hell of a race as well.
Yeah.
And aerial chasers are going to want to chase that title.
I'm not cutting off. I'm just being silent when Kier and Scepticus are talking.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing to say about that.
Right. Yep. Okay, finally for Division X, we have Husky Boys FC winning 3-1 against Fireballs FC. Husky Boys, pretty stable team, and Fireballs have been pretty stable. They've been in Division X, I think, for a good 3 seasons now, because I think they division swapped from, I like to say, I think Alpha Division 3 seasons ago. Yep. And so they've been maintaining pretty well, but it seems like Husky Boys just came on top on this one. So we got Xwex scoring 1 goal, Chobani Hack scoring 1 goal, and Pinkalot scoring 1 goal. So all their offense scored 1 goal for Husky Boys, and then Gun Knight 11-8 scoring 1 goal for Fireballs. I think Husky Boys was former, or has always actually been in Division X. They haven't really made any super big changes there, but I think they're a stable team.
Yeah, they've been here for quite some time, and it's good to see them still fighting in Division X. I'd like to see them push into the top 4 places this season and giving a challenge to the other teams.
Right. Okay, so now we're on to Division B, first round here.
What you need?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're just gonna keep going. So we have Palace of Goblins winning 8-3 against Royal
you Downey!
or Blue Lions FC.
Okay. You Downey.
Jed. Calm down, you Downey.
Oh, was my mic not muted? Oh, sorry about that, guys. No one clipped that, guys. I've nearly forgotten to mute my mic. There, I'm
there. You go.
Sorry.
Silence, Downey. I mute him. Silence, Downey.
All right, we're just gonna continue. We had Destructor with 2 goals, and then Torca Glue 1, 2, 3, 4 scoring. Or actually, Destructor only scored 1 goal. Torca Glue scoring 2 goals for Blue Lions. And then we have on the Pog side, we have Sinsere scored 4 goals. Simply 2 scoring 1 goal, and then Dana Bobcats FC scoring 1 goal for Palace of Goblins. I think it was a great game. Palace of Goblins have been pretty solid, and they're really trying to race for that promotion title there. And I don't blame them for that. They really want to get back into Division A. But I think it's just great. I think they're doing well, and that they're really trying to push it there. Blue Lions, I got to commend them. They actually scored a few goals against Palace of Goblins, who's originally a Tier 1 team. So I got to commend them for that. I think they're trying to really push it, but I think there's still room for some development there. What are your thoughts?
I think that Division B have always been a stable division, and they've not really had any problems. And I think I think the games will be up and down this. Big results, some not so big, and just so forth. So I think that's a great result from What was the team again?
I believe the teams were House of Goblins and Blue Lions.
Yeah, Palace of Goblins. That's a great. Knowing that they've just relegated from Division and just coming down to Division B and just making a statement. That's what the big teams do, and they've done a great job.
Yeah, everyone loves to come back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now on to this really hurts me especially. Bolts FC 6-2 against Sky City. Dang, and I just bought Sky City, and this is not too great, but we have Sergio Gamin, who's a great player on Bolts, scoring 4. Cool MG Chris scoring 2 goals for Bolts, and for the Sky City side, we have scoring 1 goal, and Shamus 270 scoring 1 goal for Sky City. I can share a little bit about this, but
yeah, you can do this.
Yeah, but Bolts FC, it really just hurts my heart because I was really trying to craft Sky City a little bit so we can really, try to make a big statement, as you said, since we are former Division A players. And we've lost some people to MFA. Gotta say, we lost a couple of them who were like, Hall of Famers. So, and obviously with the alt scandal that we just experienced, I think about a season ago, we lost 30,000 in funds. So now we're the most in-depth team in ROFA at negative 39,000 Robux.
Button with £1.
Oh, thank you for the donation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the donation.
Yes, we're gonna need it. So anyway, Sky City being the most in-depth team.
No, another bloody TTS grind donation.
Dang.
No, another LOL TTS donation.
Looks like everyone wants me to get a new.
Thank you. Yeah, everyone wants to get a new
thank
mic
you
there.
for the donation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep. And I think Bolts are pretty good team, but I think that it's just a shame that Sky City had to lose. But Bolts are definitely proving their worth. I think they're getting their act together a little bit too, and I think they're trying just to make it for that promotion. But it was predicted that Sky City would have beat Bolts 8-2, so that it's quite something there. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, is this about Sky City?
Yeah, Sky City versus Bolts. Yeah.
I think under the new ownership, and I think it'll take a few rounds to get used to it. But I feel like they still have a chance to come back and get a promotion place in Division B, because anything happens, tier two. A lot of teams can lose the first few.
That's true.
Rounds and solidify their places in the tier 1 divisions.
Yep, I definitely think so too. Okay, on to the next one. Tornadoes FC against White Wizards, 3-1. With Tiger Hood 111 scoring 1 goal for White Wizards, and then Jaxar scoring 2 goals for Tornadoes, and Real Speedy scoring 1 goal for White Wizards. I think this was a pretty predictable game. Tornadoes were definitely a great team. White Wizards, they have a lot of players. I think they just brought like 20 players to one of their friendlies a couple days ago, and it really overwhelmed the ref.
Yeah, one of those... that's crazy.
Yeah. White Wizards have a lot of players. I just think they need to get their act together. Really try to, since they have so many players, I think one of their ideas that they should do is probably start a training program. Just fuel all those free agents that they have, all 20 of them, and just start training them like crazy. Especially this new class system. If they get the learning curve down right, I think they can, hunker down and really try to make a name for themselves. But overall, I think great game. Tornadoes did win. Tornadoes are a great team too.
Yeah, and if they train them up, by the time they do well in tier 2, maybe get that promotion in tier 1, they could be a top team and fight for mid-table places in tier 1, which is always good to have. And they won't have that problem of relegation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so on to the next. Yeah, I definitely agree. All right, now on to the next one. Final Division B team setup. Park Club FC versus Classic Kickers, winning 4-2 against Classic Kickers with Droxpa. scoring 2 goals with classic kickers, and then at BR Gamer scoring 3 goals for Park Club, and Wix Club scoring 1. I think that Park Club definitely a solid team. Classic kickers have some work to do, and I think they've had for quite some time now. So it was
Yeah.
expected that Park Club would definitely win this game,
Kia,
but
Yeah,
I think that there's still room for improvement.
Kia, I want to ask you something. You should be looking at Twitch chat, you two, Scepticus and Kia. You should be looking at it so you can get feedback on what they're doing, what they're saying.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll just read the chat.
Yeah,
Downey,
I'll read the chat.
are you Downey? Kia, your mic is cutting off too. You Downey. Lol, me, lol, 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 you're, lol, idiots, ha 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 ha. So
So
that
much
is the
hate.
chat. So we could just move on.
Okay, yeah, we'll just move on. Alpha Division, Ace League 7 there. Let's see here. I think, alright, so we have for Alpha Division, of course, we have our first matchup, Beamy Castle FC versus AL there. So for Beamy Castle FC, we have XC Alk scoring 2 goals, Flood Escaper 234 scoring 1 goal. Sorry, that was for AL. And then we have Christian 9315 scoring 2 goals for Beamy Castle FC, and Prick scoring 3 goals for Beamy Castle. I'm not very familiar with these teams. Beamy Castle seems to be definitely a pretty strong team here. Okay, so maybe you can elaborate on this topic there.
Ace Ladies just promoted for Brother Division. Good solid team, won the Brother Division. I think they did quite a good job to hold Beamy Castle because they've been around for a lot of seasons and had their ups and downs, but managed to come through and win this game 5-3. But all credits to Ace Ladies for keeping themselves in the game and only losing by a 2-goal margin, which is all good to see from someone coming from a tier 2 division.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree there. I think they can do really well. All right, so on to the next one. We got Champions FC scoring 4-0 against Sapphire Coast FC. Not really surprised considering they were just in the finals on the AOH Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
had to make that. They had to
good.
Yesterday because that was a battering they had on Friday, and they had to do something.
Yeah, you gotta secure your title there. Make sure you're still dominant. And Champions FC, their scorers were PJ Styles scoring 2 goals and Wung's Nuts scoring 2 goals as well. I think they're a great team. Obviously, Sapphire Coast still has a little bit of work to do, but Champions FC really putting in the work there, and I commend them for that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So guys, with guys with you with Twitch Prime, when we get Twitch affiliate, are you gonna drop your Twitch Prime subs on us?
Scepticus, can you answer that?
Yeah.
I do.
I'll try to. I don't have many subs though, but I'll see what I can do about that. There, Jed.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Yeah. Maybe for our viewers, maybe they can do that too there. Okay, so on to the next one there. Thank you, Jed. Thunder City FC scoring 6-1 against New Robloxia. So that is quite the surprise. It's not really the surprise. Thunder City is actually doing well this season, but New Robloxia is a merit. So I would expect them to do a little better. But we have Traps the Story 4 scoring 4 goals for Thunder City. There we have Jared Alat scoring 1 goal for Thunder City, and Trail scoring 1 goal. And then finally for New Robloxia, we have Alfie Blocks scoring 1 goal for New Robloxia. Good matchup. I just think that New Robloxia, maybe it was a bad day for them, but I think they could have been a little bit better there. They could have definitely, hunkered down and try to do a little bit better
Yeah.
performance against Thunder City. But Thunder City is a pretty solid team this season, and I commend them for that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. We don't really need to talk straight. They got their job done. Roblox, you have a lot of players, but I don't think training them to do damage to other teams, and I think they need to be careful. As now
Yeah.
we've got a Bravo division, and they could be on a relegation verge.
Right. Okay. Now we have let's see. Next we got, I believe, Underwater Town FC versus TZFC. Vasav Kia scoring 2 goals. Boldiver scoring 2 goals, and Kai the Fire scoring 1 goal for Underwater Town there. What are your thoughts on that? I'm not quite familiar with this matchup.
Yeah, easy. Very they're set out for formation in that game. It looked too messy at the back, which
Kia, your mic's
gave-
flying out again.
I'll keep up the donations then, and then
All right, keep going.
I think the organization of TZ was very poor and misjudged by their own Exulus, and I think that they should, in order to win or maybe get a point next, they should organize their back line, as it was too easy for UT to get goals, as no one was being marked, and they just got an easy run at the
Right.
Careless
I
from
definitely
them.
agree. Yeah, definitely when you have a really bad formation, it can really ruin you there.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the next matchup, final matchup in Alpha Division. We have Stingers FC scoring 4-1 against Scrappers FC. Stingers have definitely been on the upside ever since I think leaving from Division X formerly, former Division X team with Ikut scoring 1, or I'm not going to say because there's a lot of numbers after it. Ikut scoring 2 goals. Yellow Fire Can't Die Lol scoring 1 goal. Satine Kayasu scoring 1 goal for Stingers, and finally with Adam is Cool 900 scoring 1 goal for Scrappers FC. Scrappers FC, I think they're stable. It's just they need to really up the ante, obviously. I heard that definitely Stingers FC have actually been a pretty solid team ever since leaving from Division X, and I think they've been in Alpha Division for the past, I think, 3 or 4 seasons. So they've just been there. I think just being in Alpha Division like that, I think it's commendable as well. What are your thoughts?
You're not wrong about that, and they've been fine at the.
Yeah.
And it's always good to see, because that's another title cards, and champions have to be careful. They've got a lot of competition with Beanham Castle coming back, and Underwater Town now playing, and Stingers. So champions need to be alert and know, because they could cause some scares in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're heading off to our last 2 divisions here that we're going to talk about today that have put down results. We're going to be talking down to Division 1 now. Division 1 definitely holds a lot of great teams. Our first matchup here is Heaven Seaven against Pink Pirates. I think that was, that's definitely a great game. However, it was 1-0 Heaven Seaven with only Virus scoring 1 goal. Honestly, I think that is crazy. Heaven Seaven, obviously dominated Champions FC the other day.
No, I swear,
But Pink Pirates, definitely a great team, man. It's interesting when you get 1-0. That does not happen a lot in ROFA. So that means it definitely was a challenging game. Both sides definitely racing to get that ball, trying to make a shot. But obviously, defense on both sides must have been jam packed there. So what are your thoughts on that?
Right, I'm gonna introduce a new segment, and now it's time for Screenies. He's come down to Practice Park 6 if you want a Screenie right this second.
I didn't hear the lot.
He says you didn't hear that? No. What are your thoughts on it, Kia, against Heaven Seaven and Pink Pirates?
Well, it was a very close game. Wow, that means I think it was end-to-end football. Both keep making some
Yeah,
saves, and
definitely.
then Heaven Seaven just got that winning and just much more clinical and got
Yep.
set the game.
Yep. All right, so we're heading down to our second team here for Division 1. We have Scorpio FC scoring 6-1 against Galaxy FC. Galaxy FC scoring 1 goal with Light Leo, and then Zex scoring 3 goals for Scorpio, Colchester Ullman scoring 2 goals for Scorpio, and then finally Wild Hair for You scoring 1 goal against Scorpio. All 3 of those attackers for Scorpio were dead on. They're great players. I think all of them have their ratings above 80, so definitely Scorpio is literally yoked this season. They have a great lineup, especially in attack, and I think they can do some major damage. And they, especially against Galaxy FC, who has formerly been a super powerhouse in Division 1.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what's the deal with Galaxy FC, but I think they just need to put in some more effort. They've had formerly great players, and I think as long as they really learn this learning curve of the classes as we mentioned before, I think hopefully they can stay stable and stay in Division 1 throughout the season. And I think if as long as they put up a fight, that they can restore back their former glory, hopefully. What do you think?
So I think deal with Galaxy since they lost their legendary manager and best player in ROFA, Pippi. I think that Galaxy just haven't really had the chance to even build their team up. It could take a long time, but I don't think they'll be the same old Galaxy they once were. And I think this could be the end of Galaxy for now.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take. I think it'll take a few good seasons for them to come back again to be fighting mid-table, which
Yeah, I
is
think that's
really sad to hear and see.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
props
it's
to
really
Scorpio,
sad.
who just come back up from Division 2, and
Yeah.
the top tier 1 teams did handle games, and I think they can go on.
Yep. Definitely. Okay, so we have Tentacion United FC scoring 3-1 against Robux City FC. Not a really big surprise. We have the Slump Hannah scoring 2 goals for Tentacion, and XXX Clinical God 17 scoring 1 goal for Tentacion, and Laves scoring 1 goal for Robux City. I think Tentacion definitely coming from Division 2. I think last season or the season before. Definitely last season, proving their worth in Division 1 against even Robux City. I know they have a great team. They have some great players. I know Slump God owns Tentacion United, so I think they have definitely a big chance here in Division 1 to really prove themselves to fellow Tier 1 teams in Division 1, and hopefully they come out really well. Robux City, I think they just have to stay in the fight, and I think they have to reevaluate
All right,
their
Scepticus
their
and
lineup.
Kia, can you read the chat for us?
I'll let Kia do that.
Alright, cool. 1 sec. Your chat is not loading.
Okay, I'll tell you what they said. Kia, what do you think of Q underscore UCC being Ravens manager?
Well, it's quite a surprise because I remember and winning a few trophies there, which is always good to see. Some of the free agents that you used to play with come up to step up to manage the teams that you've always loved or like to see winning games and titles. So it's always good to see, and I wish him luck with Raven. So good luck to him.
Right, another few question. We should speak about superstars. What they up to?
Superstars. The team or like superstars?
The team. I'm talking about the team superstars.
I do not know much about them.
I think Superstars is formerly owned by I think it was ex owner of or actually no, it was owned by former owner of Air Chasers there. Superstars are a Super Division B team.
Yeah,
I think that
it looks like they're 3-6 in the league.
right. I think they're doing okay. They used to be a little bit better, but I think they just need to really evaluate their team there.
Yeah.
Okay, so going ahead back to Division 1, Crystals FC scoring 5-2 to Roboxton Rovers FC. We have a Cycle scoring 4 goals for Crystals FC, and Desiree Luke scoring 1 goal for Crystals as well. We have Good Ever scoring 1 goal for Roboxton Rovers, and Rev Samuel scoring 1 goal for Roboxton Rovers as well. Crystals FC, definitely big team, big players. And I think Roboxton Rovers has become lenient with other teams. I think yes, they're stable and they have been Division 1 for I think forever, honestly. But I think they're becoming a little bit too comfortable in Division 1 are starting to lose games in the season. So if they just, recycle their players maybe, they can definitely do some damage. But I got to give it to Crystals for this one. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I refereed this game, and I think, well, they've got, I think, two players that are still there that were in their super of the Ace of Hearts Farewell Cup. That
Kia, I would like to ask you something. This guy wants to be bailed. But what is the suspend reason? His Roblox username is Roblox Master AFG. What was he suspended for?
I don't even know. What previous names? Nothing. Jed, what on a podcast? If you want to know what is, so just go away, you downy.
Fine, you're gonna get a timeout because we're not going to talk about it in the podcast.
Wait, we still have one more division to go through. There's one more.
Okay, we're not gonna ban you. This is the AFG game that you just told us the suspend reason. We'll move on because it's a podcast and we'll just ignore suspensions.
Yes, we're almost done here. One second.
Okay, Kia, I would like you to ask a few questions from Physics 2K. Wait a second, is he suspended? No, I'm not.
Alright.
Okay, so what do you think about the block C quality and Physics goalkeeper quality? Okay, no answer. Well, move on.
Say that. Wait. Say that question again, because I.
Okay. Physics 2K asked, what do you think about Block City quality and Physics quality? Physics 2K's quality, goalkeeper.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Yeah.
When you step up to, not everything's gonna go away straight away. It's gonna take some time. So I'd like to see Block City by maybe round 4 doing much better a few games and maybe just solidified a mid-table position. And Physics 2K, like an upcoming goalkeeper, I heard that he was a former Hall of Fame goalkeeper. His quality is really good. If he stays out of trouble, I think soon he'll top best keepers.
Yep.
What do you think about Skipped?
Yeah, I definitely think that Physics 2K is definitely getting up there. He's definitely really proving his worth with his teams there. I think that it just requires more patience, more time. It's not going to come right away, as you said. But I think if he keeps going with this, I think he'll be pretty good. I think he'll be doing a little bit better there. So, good luck to him.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so let's continue a little bit. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Jed, do you have any more questions?
I have another question about the 5 of Roblox United.
The Roblox
United. Yeah, I think we mentioned this before. I think that Roblox United. They packed on a pretty good punch against Inferno. Unfortunately, they just lost Igor and a couple of their players there, like Mad Apple too. I think it's going to take some time before they can really bring it up a little bit. I think Johnny Thundertrap was thinking of really bringing in more players, especially with how many funds they have. I think they're the richest team in ROFA so far. So they can definitely do some damage with purchasing some or transferring some new players from other teams. But
Yep.
I just want to wish good luck to them there.
Yeah, I'd wish the same.
I am not going to give any more sad news for the suspended players, but it is my podcast, and Kia doesn't want me to talk about suspensions. But okay, one more question, and then we might have to end it. So,
Okay.
what are your opinions on the Block City versus Raptors match? Okay, Mr. Evans.
Wait,
Okay.
what match?
The Block City versus Raptors, I mean the 10-1, I think, or the 9-1. Remember we talked about it a little bit before.
Yeah, we spoke about it. We'll just go through the.
Yeah, we just went through that, but I'll just reiterate what we said before.
Okay, you're getting a timeout for 10 minutes, Mr. MFG Gamer, for asking for a bail.
We're gonna go through the last.
Yeah, let's go through the last things really quick. All right, so we got Watermelon FC scoring 6-0 to Barbarians FC. Barbarians FC definitely on the downside right now, especially really trying to look for a manager. But Me Too, of course, scored 2 goals. Epic Python scored 2 goals, and H Symbol scored 1 goal, as well as Wall 484 scoring 1 goal with Watermelon FC. Watermelon FC definitely on the upside. Against Barbarians. Barbarians really need to kick it up. I think they just lost a lot of players, especially to MFA. Their managers just left. So I think they can definitely do some damage, but they just need to come back up. But hopefully they stay in. All right, Super Division B. I just really want to go through this really quickly because we're about to end the podcast. Super Division B, we got Chess FC winning 8-0 against Riverside FC. That was definitely a sad one there. Riverside FC definitely taking the brunt of Chess FC. Boss of the game, 005, scoring 3 goals. Chess FC, King of the Office, 1489, scoring 3 goals. FIFA Astra, one of the OGs, scoring 1 goal with Chess FC, and then Super Maz 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, scoring 1 goal against Chess with Chess FC. Chess FC definitely on the rise with Super Division B, trying to prove their worth and coming back up to Super Division. What are your thoughts about that, Kia?
I think it's great to. Then the division just feels much more balanced, and you're just in to watch a lot more games, and that's what I'd like to see. I normally games, but because every team I've seen in Ace Cards Farewell Cup, they've surprised me, and they've shown with classes their balance. They can prove a point and cause upsets. Great to see teams doing well.
Yeah, definitely. And then going back into our next thing here, Dukes and Devils scoring 6-3 against Superstars. At this point, I'm not going to mention the players. I'm sorry, but we end the podcast pretty quickly here. I think Dukes and Devils definitely a great team. I think they just need to really try to really push up there. They've been in Super Division B for quite some time. I think this is their 3rd season in Division B there, or Super Division B. So they just need to really try to push it this time, and I think they can do that, considering the other teams that are in here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Now we have, I believe it is the Lads FC scoring 10-2 against White Tigers. White Tigers, former Super Division team, they relegated recently. And just taking the full brunt of the Lads. The Lads are definitely getting jacked this season. And I'm sure they're pretty angry that they couldn't promote last season there. So I commend them for that.
Yeah, the lads are hitting the gym this season.
Yeah, you can see how buff they are with their kits.
Yeah, I think White Tigers taking recovery time for them to.
Definitely, I think they're definitely taking their time. All right, last team we're going to talk about today, Ospreys FC tying 2-2 with Shooting Stars FC. Stars, good team. I just think that Ospreys is a great team as well. I think it was just a major clash between these two teams. I think Ospreys has think the third career of Lord Mewtwo, called the Mute, who scored 2. So we'll have to see what they have to offer there, but doing pretty good there. We have a question from Aurelio asking, what do you think of Sheepville losing to Gladiators 5-6? Gladiators, great team. I think they're both great teams, honestly. Sheepville beat my own team, Kingdom Frost, I think a week back in one of the Division Z Cup. But I think they're just a great team there. So but I think Gladiators definitely stepping up their game this season. They've been a little bit comfortable in Division Z in past seasons, but I think they're trying to push it this time, really trying to get back into Division X, which they formerly were before, but couldn't pull it off. But I commend them for that.
Yeah,
Right.
unfortunately, Zed,
what?
so yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's all I'm gonna have to say today. Got to go pretty soon here. What are your final thoughts?
Scepticus, one last answer before we go. Okay, so, what do you think of Sheepfield losing to Gladiators?
He's already answered.
Oh, okay.
I think
answered.
yeah.
Okay. We already answered that. You can look back in the podcast for that answer. Okay. So, since you need to go, Scepticus, we are going to end the podcast right here. So,
thank you.
Let's end this off perfectly like last time. So, let's do this. Okay. So thank you for tuning into the ROFA Roundup. This is Shed494,
and this is Lord Kia. Mr.
And
Downey.
this is Scepticus.
And Scepticus.
Yep, and this is Scepticus. Thank you for joining us today.
The former host of ROFA Roundup Season 1. We got there in the end. If you want to look at Season 1 of ROFA Roundup, his first episode is on that past. We are out tonight. We are heading out, and this will be heading out time. So thank you for watching the podcast. I hope you hope to see you later. I promise you this next roundup is going to be good. Okay, first of all, I would like to have an acknowledgement for today. I'm sorry we didn't upload the second episode in time for this podcast. I would have done it already, but I'm very sorry about this. I'll upload the second and third podcasts today, so please keep an eye on that. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Kia and Scepticus,
see you later.
See you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Now.
Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Thank you for all of your time. Goodbye. Thank you. So that was a great roundup there. I hope you enjoyed that. So basically, I hope you stayed well for this podcast. That is going to be amazing. So I'm going to give my own. So this is my bonus segment if you'll continue to watch this podcast. So basically, I am going to let you know that our first episode is already on Spotify. So if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. It's on you. By the way, yeah, and I know it's on YouTube also. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.